This is a Woodlawn-bound 4 express train. The next stop is Mockley Parkway.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Turn us up, turn us up, turn us up in your radio, on your phone, or however you're watching this. You are now rocking with the best. You're tuned in to the On the Floor podcast. My name is Tree, and joining me today is
Sweet Tea.
Tasha.
And your favorite uncle, Uncle Vel.
that's subjective. But anyway, I'm the host for today, so that means I get to do and say whatever I want to say.
And cut. Let's.
You know what? You know what?
We-
I was really looking forward to this, and of course, your own crew gotta hate.
We're going back to the original format.
No, that was
That
a
was
good intro.
boring.
That was good coming in. That was good.
Thank you,
That's-
thank you.
Yeah, but you came in before it started recording, so it was still on 2 and 1 when you was like, turn it up, turn it up.
I
Okay,
don't think
well, that's
so.
fine.
We have to.
You
We
I
did.
thought
gotta.
that's what
We
the
gotta
numbers
check it
that
out.
started though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I seen the 0, but anyway.
That's fine. We'll see. And if it ain't, then you got to take a shot, your favorite uncle, at the end of the episode. So we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna jump right into it. I don't want to give you no chances to back out. You're gonna take your shot. I think today is gonna be real spicy, y'all.
Really?
So
The red pepper flakes or
y'all got
the
y'all red hot chili peppers because this gonna be a good episode. So our first question or topic, what have you? Thank you. Spice
Cover
it
the
up.
names because we don't sponsor anybody. But go ahead.
Well, it's a supermarket brand.
Okay, guys. So, how long after you separate, whether boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife? Oh no, wait.
What?
I just thought about it. No, so this is strictly husband and wife. Marriage. After separation, how long does it take before you get a divorce?
38 years. I'm joking. I don't know.
Please.
it all depends on if the knee is good after the separation.
Okay.
If the
Don't.
I didn't understand.
No,
Quite.
yeah,
The
that's
knee
good.
is
That's
good
good.
after the separation.
Yeah.
it's gonna be better after
No.
than it was in the marriage.
But I mean, you know what it's like. It's not. I don't think it'd be different from when you was
It
married.
must be some new.
No, not really. No, not really. Not really, because you know when it's common, when it's like you together for a while, either it becomes a routine. But if you separate it, you don't get it every day, or the same familiarity of it, the same consistency of it. You don't get it for a while because y'all might be in separate homes. It may hit different.
It took 45 seconds into this topic for it to go there. Just so y'all know.
I'm just saying. That's my interpretation.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna be going before the ink dry.
Disclaimer.
Dang.
If we separate, I mean, I don't know. Like,
Well, it depends if it's going to be a formal separation or you guys are just saying, you know what,
Yeah.
we got to separate for a time, or whatever.
Well, I do have a question. How does that go? Do you have to get separated first, then you can get divorced, or you can just get a divorce? Because in my head, I'm thinking separation first, and I ain't waiting for a divorce.
But I think
I
anybody
don't.
can get a
I have
divorce.
never been in that situation, so I don't know.
Oh,
But I
Yeah.
think I don't think you have to separate first. And the laws for each state are different, so I don't think you have to separate first if you want to file for divorce. A lot of times, if you look at a lot of these Hollywood stars or whatever, they have been when by the time that they file for divorce, they've been separated. They've been living apart, doing their own thing, and then they file, irreconcilable differences and all this other stuff. So, but like I said, the laws for each state are different. And I don't know. I don't think you have to wait if if y'all saying it's not working no more and we can't do this, we need to go our separate ways. Then each party can, whoever wants to take the lead or both will do it at the same time, file for divorce.
yeah. Okay. I was thinking the legal way. I thought that you had to like actually file a separation, deal with that first, and then get divorced. I didn't know you could just go straight to divorce.
But like I say, the laws for each state may be different.
Yeah.
Some states may require you to, you have to file the separation papers first, and then be
Let's
separated
be real though.
for
I
a
want to be
period of
out.
time.
Let's be real though. Really, really real. How many people of color really ever divorce or be separated for 87 years?
Yeah.
Okay? Let's be real. If we're gonna real talk on this, okay? Because I think that, to be honest with you, I think it's based off culture. Because a lot of a lot of people can be married and walk away from the altar and go into separate homes.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what? So what's the
We
Yes.
can never live together. There's
They
some
never
married
lived
people that
together.
live together.
Yeah.
so
We have people that live together that should have never got married, but they still married. We got people who separated more years than what they've been married. So I think some of it is culturally. I know. I mean, that's the way I feel. Like real talk, I think us African American people, we get married, and yes, it's for us, it's for longevity, but I feel like, when times get rough, you know, either he'll run to his mother's or you know, we'll run to our, and that's not how a marriage should work. If you in it for those vows, you need to commit and try to work on your marriage. Me myself personally, I don't agree with separation. I think if we separate and we're divorcing, I feel like that. I don't see what can we be working on that separated that we couldn't accomplish while we were married. That's that's my intake on it. I think that if you're saying I think we need to separate, no, I think you're saying we need to divorce, and that's what I would do. Because you can always remarry the person.
But yeah, that's what I was joking when I said I'm out before the ink dry, but that's my thought. If we're breaking up, and I might be talking immaturely from a non-married person, but if we're already talking about breaking up, there's no separation and breakup, and like divorce. That's what I'm
Right? What's
just.
the point? What is the
yeah,
point?
and that also affects, you moving on. So y'all separated, doing other things, and y'all still married. That I'll become interested in somebody else. How would they feel that I'm still married to this person? Even though I'm entertaining you, I'm still married to this person. Or if we get serious, I'm still married to this person. So it's kind of like, yeah, no. So I agree. If we are separating, for me, separating is let's get a divorce. If
Yeah.
not, then we're gonna continue to work on it, but not no separation. I'm also a non-married person too, Tasha, but that's just how we'll move.
Yeah. It's like you said, it's too much going on. Like, and then you kind of you hit it though. You kind of what should I say, like your options get smaller because not a lot of people are gonna mess with a separated person. Or the
Yeah.
baggage that comes with that. So let's work it out while we in the same thing, and if we just not gonna do it, then let's not prolong it longer by being separated first.
And for some people, being separated, it not just for the other person, but just for them, it's they still holding on to something that's probably not even really anything.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of getting a divorce, like if it's over, it's over. Move on.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think the effort needs to be made while you're married. You need to put all the energy in it. Nothing is perfect. You're going to have arguments. You're going to have disputes. There's people that have infidelity. You know what I'm saying? But, you have to kind of be able to say that this is something that we can work on. But I'm not going to separate from you for you to go out and do you and I'm going to go out and do me and then be like, oh, that's what I needed. No, if I needed a separation, I wouldn't have married you. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. It's not in marriage is not for everyone, but I'm the kind of person that I'm not going to be with somebody 43 years and you ain't never put no ring on my finger. Cause if I'm good enough for you to lay in my bed, me to cook and clean and act the role, nah. I need that certificate. I need that certificate. Sorry.
These days, the ring, the
Wow.
certificate, it don't even really mean too much these days. Like you just need to find that person that, like you said, is in it.
I
So
was
when
Yeah,
it
but a
I,
lot
I
of people, feel like that, but legally, it does mean something. It does
Yeah.
mean, but I'm not nobody's play wife. No, I want the benefits, all of it. But that's me.
Uncle Val, you gonna say something on that?
I was just looking up like this just like in New York State, when we were talking about, separation and then um to going to divorce, according to New York state law, um if you're going to use if you and your spouse have a separation agreement in place, you have to be living apart and be separated for a period of a year before you can file for divorce.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
yeah. See, I know I thought that. I heard that before.
Why you didn't look up North Carolina? You know, some months I'm married. You could have looked for me too.
I would just be fooling myself, but I'll look up North Carolina.
But how she only some months she married?
Some months, yeah.
Okay.
But I just to go back real quick, what Sweet Tea was talking about, when you was talking about the ring and all that stuff. I will say it does mean, you can't say everybody doesn't mean something to. I think a lot of people it does mean something to. The ring, the ceremony, everything. A lot of then you have a lot of people just do all of that just for show, basically.
Hmm.
They do the big production, they do all of that, and it's just to be flashy, just to be to get the gifts, to get the accolades or whatever. But where's the substance in the marriage? So you guys you're right. Some people it don't mean what it's supposed to mean to, and then you have a lot of people that take those vows and those rings and everything very, very seriously. You have some people that when they say till death we do part, that's what they mean. We gonna rock off till the wheels fall off.
And that's
So
even if they're happy, even if it's really not working out, because you said those vows, you have to stick with it.
Well, you have a lot of people that believe that once I make that commitment, no matter what we're going through, we're gonna work this out. You know,
Yeah.
and you had a lot of older folks, you know, that believed that. You know, we got married, we stood up in front of the church
Mhm.
and God and said, "I do," and this is, you know, we ain't, we ain't going nowhere. Now you might have a little creeping on the side, but you ain't going nowhere.
But for me, I feel that yeah, till death do us part. But it's like if I'm not being the best person I am for you, just because I said till death do us part, I don't feel like that's not fair
Uh-huh.
to either of us. Like if I can't commit, it's not just till death do us part. It's other things in the
I
vows too.
but
If I can't
but
provide that, then
and I understand that, but I'm just referencing how the older folks, the older generation used to do it. If you notice,
Yeah.
you had a lot of them being married 50, 60, 70 years. You know, and you know it wasn't always rainbows and unicorns and sunshines for 70 years, but they stuck it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. I also think it's the older generation, but and also the church was heavier, I feel like, in the older generation. So when you took your vows, you took it literally in front of God, and they took that very, very seriously. So I have family members who've been married forever. They don't talk. One live here, one live in another borough, and they just won't get married. I mean, they just won't get divorced, but they lived totally separate lives for 10, 20 years. So I know I can understand that, but I think our generation we not. It's a little.
Excuse me,
We see things differently.
Tree, you asked about divorce in North Carolina.
mm-hmm.
There are only two grounds for divorce in North Carolina. One is for separation for 1 year, or an incurable insanity of one of the spouses, and
Oh, he got that.
and
Yep.
living and,
Yep. Yeah,
and living
he got
separate
it.
and apart for 3 consecutive years.
Anyway.
So you say he has grounds?
He has ground.
Mm.
Yo.
Can you stay out my business? All right, okay, so sticking with the separation, right? I guess it's safe to say in both of our states you gotta be at least separated a year.
Yes.
So if you're separated, right, and your spouse, whoever separated, and y'all entertaining other people, would y'all still be living in the same home? And if so, what other caveats to that is going on?
Wow.
Y'all waiting for that year before the divorce.
Well, if you're talking about today's era, um, your separated husband, his girl, your man, all
The
y'all
who?
kids gonna have to live in the same house to be able to survive in today's era. But
Oh,
Yeah.
so
For
the
me,
girlfriend, his girlfriend too.
for
Everybody.
everybody
to
Everybody.
afford the rent.
to
The
pay
the
to
For
rent
the
is
live,
too
mortgage.
damn high.
them high.
No joke. I think
Prices
that's
way
why.
too high. You need to cut them.
Honey.
I think that's why a lot of people stay in relationships longer than they're supposed to. They are using the other
Hmm.
person for something, whether
Yeah.
it's we coming together and we make good money and I'm not ready to leave here, whatever, and we just got a house and we don't love each other no more. Now what we supposed to do?
Hmm.
Or kids, and some people have this idea that their kids have to see a two-parent family home.
Right.
I Again, I'm a runner. I'm a track star. I'm out of there. But
She's a runner.
no,
She's a
I could.
track star.
Yo, I was in here trying to hold it back, like.
He
Yeah.
like, but yeah, I can understand both parts. But I still think that is selfish to some extent. But I can understand.
So, Tasha, let me ask you a question. So, do you think you have commitment issues?
Me?
Yes.
No, I don't have commitment issues. I
You just don't commit.
No, I do commit.
Well,
No.
you said
I
you said you were a runner. You were
No, what I mean is, okay, what I mean is that I commit and I give 135%. But when it's 0%, it's time to go. You know, so I'm committing to the end. I'm bleeding, knuckles bleeding, everything. But when it's time to go, there is no more.
Damn, she
And
doing
I know. So when I say I run, it's no looking back that I ran. You're never gonna. That's it.
she
That's the
doing
end of it.
bare knuckle fights.
But I definitely don't have commitment issues. Let's not put that in the
No,
atmosphere.
I'm just wanted to clarify.
I
She has
appreciate
a
it.
See,
problem.
I'm a Aries. Like
She's
Terrible.
cool.
us Aries is we get over stuff really quick. Like, you know, I feel like it'll be me that when I'm done, I'm gonna ghost. So, you know, they'll be looking for me and they won't even know that I separated from them. They'll have an APB out for me or something. APB,
I was
ADD,
about to say
BFG,
that I was about to
HIJK,
say
elemental P.
there will be a warrant out for you because you're gonna kill somebody.
Right. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not, you know, I have very low patience when it comes to putting 130% in something and getting 0% out of it. So, you know, it's very hard for me to kind of accept that. So
So
I'm with you,
your
Tasha. I
cutoff
think,
game is strong.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with Tasha. I think when you say it's over, it's over. I don't know if I think I'll live in my car before I'll
Damn.
be concerned about, you know, okay, if you don't want to go, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll find somewhere to go. I'm not going to allow that to disturb my peace. I'm not going to do it. So, you know, especially, you know, I'm the kind of person I'll tell anybody, when you tired of me, let me know,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to be the person that's the ass out of the whole relationship. I'm here playing my role, doing what I got to do. And, you know, I'm getting the butt end of the stick. No, 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 no. So, I think for me, I think that would be it too. I think that when it's time, it's time. No, I don't want to share a house with you. No, let's put this house down the middle or buy me out.
Yeah.
Buy me out.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
And just to piggyback off of Sweet Tea, I don't think I could do it. That I could live. You know, if we're saying we're going our separate ways, then that's what we got to do. You know, I'll stay until we divvy it up, figure it out, or whatever. But I'm not gonna be sitting in the couch in my recliner, and you and your dude come in the house. No, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
Not happening. Not especially if my name's still on the deed. Oh hell no. Y'all can sit out on the porch, but he ain't coming in the house.
Not on the porch. What about you, True?
You gonna offer them some
I
ice
ain't
tea?
offering them shit.
I'm lemonade.
Shit.
I am a, believe it or not, and I don't want to hear no comments from anybody on here, but I feel like I am a loyal person and I give so many chances. So if I'm over you, or if we're separating, or if I'm entertaining someone else, that means that I'm really done with you. So for me, there's no need for us to still be in the same environment if I'm done with you. I'm also very, very, very independent. It has its pros and its cons,
And
but
petty.
in this case,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
She's born.
like
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of petty.
Yeah.
But with me being independent, I don't see myself allowing myself to be in a situation where I have to stay. Like what Sweet Tea said is true. The way the world is now, you might have to. But for me, no. Even if we married, I'm gonna always still be able to. If something happened, I can hold it down for all of us. Which means if we separate, and I can,
Yeah.
go separate ways, we won't be in the same home.
Yeah, even if you gotta sleep in your car, that's what I
And
said.
I ain't sleeping in my car.
Here come
He can
Motel
sleep in this
6.
car.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm not staying in no situation like that. I love myself more than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to put up with that. No. No, thank you.
But
Especially,
if push come to shove, I will be the one that come in with a different guy every every weekend. You all right?
yo,
Yeah, you good? Okay, all right.
yo. She said a different guy
That's the
every
petty
week.
me.
And
Yes.
The petty me. I'm joking.
y'all see who got the grounds to get divorced? Why I said it's him.
Is that the
You know what?
insanity part?
That's in.
I can speak now because I'm divorced this week.
Oh
Oh
Lord.
God.
But if I can just say, I don't know how fast I would be able to start dating again. I think I would have to take time for myself. You know, I could have a little side something, but dating, I don't think I would be. I think I have to find me after a divorce. You know,
What's the
because
difference between a side something and dating?
dating means I have to go out to dinner and dates for you, decide something, you come see me, check me out,
Yeah.
you know, clean my carburetor, and you can go home. Um
I need to
that
eat.
day that dating, I could, but if you're independent, like you say, you can feed yourself, you know.
Oh no, I
I
can.
don't
Wait, hold up.
you,
I can feed myself, but if you cleaning my carburetor, you gonna feed me and clean my carburetor and keep my money in my pocket.
well,
Yeah.
send me some
Yo.
Cash App or Zelle or something. I don't think I
Yo.
Okay.
want. Yeah, I don't think I want that
Yo.
commitment right there. You know, I, I don't think so. I think it becomes, then you have to deal with someone another one. You know, then it
The
starts to
views
be
expressed today are
demands.
not necessarily those of the On the Full podcast.
But
I mean,
I think I agree though. I thought I was the same way. I would like to think of myself that if I was in a long-term relationship, whether I get married or not, I'm gonna need time to myself and figure out things after. But the way that my life has been and the way I've watched myself, I give my all in a relationship and I'm leaving the relationship as it's ending. So I think I overstay in a relationship. So by the time I'm done, I haven't found myself. All that was going on when I was gone. So if you see me with the next person quickly, it's not because I did all of that in the relationship and it happened
So
in the relationship. That makes
you
sense.
prepared yourself as you were leaving.
It was you
Yeah.
finding
You
yourself which
found yourself
allowed you to leave.
So for me to
doing
get
that
up out of there.
process.
So
Yes.
therefore, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've always thought that way, sweet tea, that like, oh, when I get out of this, I'm gonna have to get myself together. But when I got out, I'm like I'm ready for the next thing, and I don't have any baggage. I'm ready, but I feel like it's because I set myself up during that whole time of allowing you to be a fool, and I was all right.
well, then why did you stay?
I don't know that I'm doing it until I'm out of it.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
but that's a good question.
Yeah. That was good.
Mhm.
A lot of people like that too. That was good.
Yeah. So
Well, one
good
thing we
talking.
did learn today is that when Sweet Tea is on the run, there will be a warrant out for her.
A P B A B C C D C.
EFG
And you don't gotta feed her to hit for the
to
Clean the
clean
carburetor.
the
Just
That's right.
carburetor.
do the carburetor and
Right.
Do the percolator. Do the percolator.
So
Come on.
So yeah, very,
But
very, very, very interesting. Very interesting topic.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This gonna have me hang up and go ahead and call and say a couple of things to something.
no,
I
oh
want to
my
thank
God.
y'all. I want to thank y'all.
Nobody
This
No,
topic was real
no.
interesting. It was real good. Yeah.
If you're separated, you can't have no contact in order for the divorce to go
That's
through.
it. That's it.
Oh dang. A year, right?
Yeah.
Cause she don't want no divorce. She gonna be married
Well, if
in next
if
week.
either party is insane, it's 3 years living apart. 3 consecutive years in the state of North Carolina. So, it was a very good topic. I want to thank everybody for their opinions and their views, and I think it's about that time,
don't
don't
we have
y'all?
shot o'clock? Yeah.
That's what I was just leading to.
No. I thought you was taking us out without the
No,
shot o'clock.
I
I was unprepared today.
was leading us to it.
2
It's
seconds.
about that time.
Right.
I need my I'm with Tasha. I was definitely not prepared. But while we do get prepared for what we should have known, apologies. I think the listeners should send us some email responses. I'm nosy. I want to hear.
What y'all think?
About this
Yeah.
topic, yeah. Has anyone been in this
How long
situation?
after separation? Right. How long after separation would you divorce? Would you be in the same living space if y'all separated? Just give the tea. We want to hear the
Yeah.
tea.
And if you've been in this situation, how did you handle it?
Mm-hmm.
And you can, sweet tea, you gotta wait. And you can
Oh, sorry.
send all of that to the On the Four email, which is the On the Four podcast at gmail.com. ONTHE, the number 4 podcast at gmail.com. And it's that time, y'all.
We ready for real, for real.
It's that time again. Cheers.
Go ahead, T.
Cheers.
Sweet tea.
Now,
Shot,
now
shot,
it's
shot,
go.
shot, 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 shot o'clock. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm.
Oh,
Ah,
sorry, y'all.
what did Martin used to do? But once again, everybody, we would like to thank you for tuning in to the On the Four podcast, season 3, episode 3. We appreciate each and every one of you that listen, that tune in, that watch. And you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, and you can see us on our YouTube channel, the On the Four podcast YouTube channel. And don't forget, we have our Facebook page, the On the Four Facebook page. So you can hit us up everywhere. Social media, our email, YouTube, leave a comment, leave a suggestion. We just want to hear from you, and we appreciate you. You have been viewing and listening to the On the Four podcast. We out.
Bye.
Bye.